Hey, Betty, you going to be in the show? No, of course not. I'm not going to be in the show. Hey, good morning. 5 a.m. Mr. Scrum Show. Hope you're doing well. It's a little later in the afternoon. It's a Saturday. It's a holiday. What do you call it? Yard sailing. We're going to try this out today. So my son and I were out. Got up early this morning. He wanted to go yard sailing, garage sailing, whatever you want to do. So we went out and did that because nobody's here to tell us not to. So the boys went out, had a good old time. I think he had a great time. Now all the work comes out. He says he bought a guy's baseball card collection for like $20. And now he's going to hire his sister to organize the baseball card collection for him. Smart man. She likes to organize stuff. He's like, I'm going to hire Isabel. She really likes to organize stuff, so he's good for her to go. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that, though. We will try. Supposed to drop coins out for $1. I saw on eBay for $20. So, it's a nice solid piece of metal. It's pretty cool. It's missing this little thing on the bottom, though. But you know what? What the heck? It's neat. It's just cute. Uncle Sam, right? Everybody's putting stuff up for 9/11. I saw this Uncle Sam and said, this is neat. I haven't seen one of these. And these old all these old toys like this, when they work, are pretty good. I saw ones without the cane, or the umbrella. So, not bad. It's just neat. You can put this on the shelf. But we'll try that as part of the show. Hi, Bubbles. How you doing? You here to join the show today? Just don't move the camera. All right. So what we're really here to talk about, we talk about Agile and Scrum. I'm Greg Messer, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. We talk about Agile and Scrum in a practical and tactical way. And today I want to talk about story points are never arbitrary. I was at a seminar the other day, and one of the people presenting was saying how arbitrary awarded. I'm like, it's a bad choice to use, because when you use terms like that, it just makes everybody like, well, why do we do it, right? It's not a good term. It doesn't get everybody in a good position. So we're going to talk about story points never being arbitrary. And I'm going to tell you why, and some other things about story points too. So we'll talk about, right, Bubbles? So this is the 5 a.m. Messer Scrum Show. I am Greg Messer, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. I already talked about, we talk about it, Scrum and Agile. We do this to bring value to your customer, and there's not value in story points, by the way. That was another mistake that they made. And we do it so you can have fun. So you can go yard sailing. Let's see if I get this with your kids, with your family, friends. Let's have some good time. And get home to family and friends. Have fun at work, have fun here. Should be fun. People make it so critical. And they make things so critical on the things that are really not critical, right? So, okay. So the topic, story points. They're never arbitrary, right? And the other part about they are never, the story pointing is not dependent upon other teams. Like, we'll talk about that a little bit too. So it's in a session. The Agile coaches or the people that are teaching about story points were saying, one of the persons kept referring to the story points as arbitrary. And I'm like, oh, you're killing me, man. Don't be telling people that this stuff's arbitrary, because it's not. It's not really arbitrary. There is some nuance to it, but it's not arbitrary. It's not related to other things. Would be the better. It's unrelated to other teams' scoring system, but it is related to other things that get done in the team that you're talking about. And story pointing does change over time. So why do I say story points are never arbitrary? Because they look at what work the team has done in the past, or look at the work at hand, and then it's all compared, right, within the sprint, within that work. So you can't say it's arbitrary, because the work you do for one effort, you want to compare it to another and say, is it more or less of complexity, risk, unknowns, same, something we never done before. These all go into the risk analysis, right? So there is a comparison to what so it's never really arbitrary. It's a terrible term to use, and it gives ideas to people that it's arbitrary, this is useless, this is we shouldn't do, and that's not where you want to go, right? So try not to use terms like that. Think about the terms you're going to use. And I would even question the mentality of an agile coach or a scrum master. If they do use the terms arbitrarily, should they be the ones teaching about user stories? I'm like, no. Hey, Edwin, good morning. You're bright and early over there in New Zealand. Here you're in lockdown again. So hope you're doing well, not going insane there in New Zealand and having a good time. So story point is not arbitrary. So the other thing is people would ask, well, how do you compare a team? You don't compare teams. Like you can have a team with a 200-point velocity and a 40-point velocity. They're two different numbering schemes, right? Now you're even challenging this. The people, we can compare. So you got a marketing team, an IT team, a legal team, all these different teams. Can you really compare story points between those teams? Is there a methodology? Your velocity should look like this. They should all be 40 points, whatever. No, you can't, right? And the one thing I do, and I would pull it up if I had it, but I have a cat here that's getting some lovings. There's Bubbles. Hey, Bubbles, say hi. Say Bubbles. There's Bubbles in the show. She said, "I found Dad. I'm gonna get some bubble time." So you compare it to other stories in the sprint. What was the other thing I wanted to talk about on that? I wanted to talk about that. Oh, and value. The other slip of the tongue. They vary from different. Every team has a different velocity. Correct. Why do they have a different velocity, though, Edwin? Because they do different work. There's different qualities of people, different things they do, different perspectives on what they do. Some team could be all databases. Some team could be doing, PHP, right? Or Drupal or JavaScript or anything. So the work is different. So you can't really compare them because they do different work. And they take different things and different definitions done. Everything's different. So the velocity is just in that specific area, but it's not arbitrary. They do look at what they have and they're doing and going on. And it does change by the number of people, the skill set of the people. It varies, right? So there's really no desire to compare. So, and then value, like I said, the person teaching said something about value. That's a real dangerous place to go. Because these agile accountants out there associate story points to value, story points to dollars, and it's not part of that. All a story point is to help you give you size. When you use velocity, gives you an idea how much work you can get done in a sprint, right? That's about it. So I just want to give those warnings on that. So don't talk about value when you talk about story points. Don't say it's arbitrary. And definitely don't compare it between teams because they can be totally different things. So there's a couple things. Just watch when you talk about story points to other people. Don't use them in those terms. Definitely don't use value because that's the biggest one. And I jump up, and if I'm in your room, you're going to get me calling you out going, story points have nothing to do with value, do they, Bubbles? And you're just shedding like crazy. Anyway, so let's do this. Since the end of the show, let's have some fun. So I'm going to bring this guy up here. Can I do that? Can you see it? I guess I have to hold it. We're going to try some different coinage. So I got a quarter, I got a nickel, and I got a penny. First I was thinking quarters, right? I was thinking, okay, let's try a quarter. So he's holding a quarter. Can you see the quarter? Oh, it just fell in his hand. But then I thought, kids, I don't know how old this thing is. I don't think it's that old. But how many kids back in the early days had quarters? None. So maybe it's a nickel. Let's try a nickel. Okay, I'm going to hit the button. Holding it. That's probably why it's falling. Oh, it almost went in. Hey, almost. I'm going to try the penny. How many think the penny's going to make it in? Try the penny. Oh, I think the penny might work. Try the penny. Oh, almost. I gotta push it down harder. Hold on, let me try it again. I got another penny over here. Okay, got the penny. Got the penny. You can watch it. See if it goes in. And I'm gonna push really hard. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nope. Oh, it's Canadian. It's a Canadian penny. Maybe that's the difference. Hey, it went in. Hey, it worked. Anyway, got this for $1. Entertaining. So have fun. That's why we do this, so we can go out and have fun with family and friends. Oh, and like I said, he bought a whole baseball card collection for like $20. He's busy. He's all over there doing it now. And I want to wish you all a happy scrumming and a good weekend and some time with family and friends, and have fun at work and watch those words that we use, right? Because people take them as gospel and they like, oh, they have dollars associated with them. That's a natural accountant, right? And we can compare teams now. We have a velocity metric. No, you can't do that either. So have fun and take care. Enjoy your weekend. Bye. See ya.